Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to solve equations in compound proportion with ease. Question number 1. If 6 men work in 8 hours, a day takes 5 days to do a certain job, how long will it take 10 men working 6 hours a day to do the same job? Okay, we have two statements. Okay, let's write out the statements and then try to solve the compound proportion. 6 men working 8 hours takes 5 days to do a job. And then 10 men, the second statement, working 6 hours takes a number of days, let's say X days, to do the same job. Okay? The idea here is to make sure that you work under the same condition. So for that reason, I'm going to make this quantity the same thing with the other one at the top. Okay, I'm going to make 6 hours similar for this condition, for this statement to be similar to the other one at the top. Okay, so in this case, I've successfully resolved this proportion, compound proportion, to either simple proportion or inverse proportion. Okay, so the new statement is this: 6 men does do a job for 5 days, okay, working at this time 8 hours. 1 man will do a job in more days, isn't it? And then 10 men will do a job, the same job, in less days, so I have to divide, okay, and that will give me 3 days. Now from the second statement, remember we had 10 men working in 6 days before we made it the same condition. Working in 6 hours does a job in a number of X days, and we were able to resolve this after making this a similar condition. 10 men working in 8 hours do a job in 3 days. Okay, now we can now work out or solve for X. From the look of things here, can you see that we have a constant? By creating the same condition initially and bringing the two statements together, you can see that we have a constant. So this has been successfully resolved to either simple direct proportion or inverse proportion. So we can work out for X. Now 8 hours, it takes 8 hours for a number of men, let's say 10 men, to work in 3 days. So for 1 hour, it's going to take more men, isn't it? 8 times 3. And then for 6 hours, it's going to take less men. 8 times 3 divided by 6. 3 here 1, 3 here 2. Then we are going to have 4 hours. Okay? Is that understood? Therefore, we can now say that it will take 10 men to work for 6 hours to do a job in 4 days. Okay, so this should be days and not hour. To do a job in 4 days. That's our conclusion. Okay, now question number 2. Question number 2: if 17 men earn $786,000 in 4 days, how many men can earn $950 in it for 8.5 days. Now it's always important that we put whatever we're looking for at the right hand side. Okay, so we're looking for a number of men that can earn this in 8.5 days. So our new statement goes this way. It takes 4 days to earn $786,000 by 17 men. Okay, and it takes 8.5 days to earn $950,000 by an unknown number of men. Let's say, let's say X men. Okay. Now, similar to what we did earlier, we are going to do the same thing, create same condition. That will help us to resolve it. Okay, like we're trying to make a compound proportion to the simple one. So we create the same condition and find out what will be the number of men under the same condition. So let's put this $786,000. So in that case, this and this are now constant. You can see, so we can ignore them or cancel them out. So our new statement will be this: in 4 days, 17 men earn this amount, $786,000. In 1 day, more men will earn that amount, so we'll have 4 times 17. In 8.5 days, less men will earn that amount, same amount. Okay, divide by 8.5. So we have 8 men. All right, so pick this second statement and then work on it. In 8.5 days, we have a number of men and in this amount. Okay, and in the same 8.5 days, we have under the first one should be under the first condition, the proper statement. In 8.5 days, we have a number of men earning this amount. Okay, and from what we did where we created a similar condition, in 8.5 days we have 8 men earning the same amount. Can we see that we've been able to resolve this? We've been able to create a constant value here. We've been able to resolve this to a case of simple proportion or inverse proportion, simple inverse proportion. Okay, so we can solve. So 8 men earn this amount in this condition in 8.5 days. 1 man is going to earn less, isn't it? So since it's earning less, I'm going to divide. Okay, and then 8.5 men, 8.5 men okay, sorry, it's like I made a little mistake here. This amount of money is actually earned by 8 men. Okay, all right, so $1 will be earned by less men. So I'm going to say 8 divided by this 0, 0, 0. Okay, so $950,000 will be earned by more men. So I'm going to multiply 950,000 times this value, 8 over 78600. Okay, that will give me approximately 10 men. Okay, the answer is actually 9.66 men, which we can approximate. Of course, we don't have 9.6 men, so we can roughly approximate it as 10 men. I hope my explanation is clear. In case you have any question or any comment or any observation, please don't forget to comment on the comment section, and please like this video and also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.